Oi. I know I had a very heart-releasing moment earlier, and I don't feel I was able to fully get that out because I had to be a grown-up, and I had to help David, my autism buddy. It's his birthday today, and he doesn't drive, so he needed to go to the store. And so I did some shopping for Epsom salt and pineapple and some yogurt. A few small things that equal $20. And then my kind of release was on Netflix. We watched a movie that I've been wanting to see that I honestly would like to see again because I wasn't able to fully pay attention with all the different things going on, plus it's purely subtitles. It's called Mother. It's about herbs and traditional Chinese medicine, but it's also a murder case. It's quite a mind-messing movie, to say the least, but I kind of enjoyed it, and I wouldn't mind watching it again. Now, to be completely honest, I would love for what to happen earlier to kind of happen, and for all of that to be evoked like a volcano. I just don't know on what it's going to take. I don't know if I should even be addressing these things or if they should be coming out in public, or if I'm just supposed to bottle it up all inside forever is what it seems like everybody else is doing. It doesn't really seem like what I want to be doing. I would like to get past these things and to process them correctly, because you could say as they were happening, they were compartmentalized and put inside a little box, and I had never properly addressed these things that have been eating me up inside basically my entire life and caused multiple issues and multiple self-destruction and lots of blackout. There's a lot of things that my trauma and my mind just closed down and is hidden and kept away. Part of me enjoys suffering, I think. This has been brought up before amongst other people that have had similar discussions with me. Now, part of me enjoys it because I enjoy the rebirth process of coming out of all that pain and devastation. I enjoy the dark depth I dive into as a poet and a writer, and my deep understanding of things that other people don't seem to be along the same thinking process as me. Now, another part of me just completely stuffs it all inside, and I like to try to just forget. And I think that's why from age 13 I had smoked weed continuously, non-stop, until just a little bit last year. I'm now in my 4-month, I almost want to say semester, but my period of transition. My charger is being awful, and I'm going to have to buy a new one and bite the bullet. I can feel my heart is broken. And when you're heartbroken, you're earth broken. And I very much so would benefit from some time in the heat of high in a mountain, or just somewhere warm, or somehow bundled up all warm, maybe, something like that. I don't know. There's so much inside choking me up. So this sickness is not a coincidence. I just pulled up to my house and I saw Dennis wasn't home. And I literally felt like I needed to run away, and basically I parked my car by the pool, thinking here he won't find me and I can have this moment to myself. But also part of me is like, oh, better run home before he comes home. It's pretty bad that I feel that way. And it's not like he's an abuser where he's gonna beat me and stuff like that. So, but I just feel so much spiritual baggage in this relationship of being friends or roommates. And it's just not serving me very well. And frankly, I'm not serving him as a good roommate or a friend because of this clashing that is occurring. I just remembered something that the reader had mentioned. He mentioned the people at home, they won't speak. Yeah, maybe they talk a lot, but they don't talk about what's going on in here. And they don't. Neither of them do. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are doing the exact same thing. You're talking a lot and you're acting out a lot, but you never talk about what really happened in here and what's going on. And I think it's really important for this to come out. And when you break down therapists, it spells the rapist, and it's usually us submitting and giving someone else power in a way of trying to tell us what to do with our lives, and sometimes to try to make us make the decision on what we're supposed to do as well. I do not resonate with that path. I'm almost unsure where I'm supposed to begin to tell you my story, because we are almost working backwards, it seems. And there's bits and fragments that I've released, but there's other things that are kind of swept under the carpet and things that are neglected. Circumstances and situations and things I've been through, things I've seen. And I understand perhaps it's not as bad as other people who may have witnessed maybe a family relative being dead on the floor. Things like that. Now, I mean no bad intent against my family. I love my family with all my heart, and I know that they gave me their very best. But what I do know is that my father and I, we both have a fear of love, you could say. My intuition speaks many different things about my father and about why he's that way. Yet I also almost empathize because I know I am that way too, and I push people away. And I almost never want you to see me and what's going on inside of me. I like to remain strong and show you my best efforts and my best work. But I'm in a stage of development right now where my growth is hindered and I'm holding myself back, you can say, because I'm drowning amongst all these different parts of me, along with multiple other complexes I'm handling at the same time that don't necessarily have anything to do with me, yet are having internal or external influences. I really need to stay focused, and I'm struggling so badly. It's hard not to go crazy within your own mind. There's only so many people that I can really channel this stuff off of, but really the only person stuck living my life is me. I feel a little bit of excitement to go home because George is there. Something else that he said that makes me giggle is he mentioned that George thinks he's my boyfriend and I'm his god, and he worries that I won't come home sometimes. One thing I noticed that's an easy way to evoke the emotion out of me is like this whole home discussion that keeps coming up. And like, I keep wanting to mention home life experiences as a child, times where I was by myself as a kid, or how I grew up having to take care of myself, or things that I dealt with. I mean, there is a great period of time where my family was there, and you could say my mother smothered me with attention and affection, but that's not really love, that's codependency. And I have seen psychological help about these things, and they've said some pretty brutal things, like how my parents will never be the parents that I needed them to be, kind of thing. And then someone else said something spiritual to me, basically, which talked about how a long time ago Trina was hurt and abused and neglected, and now it is my time to be the adult, basically, and to nurture that child within, to continue this healing process. My intuition just screamed at me again, Heather, maybe I can go see her tomorrow. Or maybe it's Tuesday and it's her day off and I missed that opportunity to do so today. Ugh. Joy. Ugh. I feel aggression, but it's also depression. Such a negative charge of ions that frankly need to be released and then positively charged. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to doing this. I love Dennis. I don't love Dennis. I love Dennis. So it's leaving on a positive charge. Even though you say the negative, it releases that charge. I am happy. I am not happy. I am happy. It kind of like starts things off on a fresh plate, you know? Kind of start things over. I feel like this, and this is the sign for war. It's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ego, spiritual complex, physical realm, mental. It's frustrating, and most of all, I hate how I can't do anything right now. I'm basically stuck in limbo, baby stepping, saving money, and trying to sort my thoughts and my emotions. I'm supposed to write, but I'm struggling to write. I don't want to write. I don't want to bring this stuff up that I've buried for so long. Things that I thought I healed over, things that I thought were done, things that I thought I had forgotten. I don't know if I'm in denial, but I keep wanting to say that my childhood was great. My parents didn't beat me. I mean, I got spankings when I was bad. But maybe that'd explain why I like that now. Bad joke. How about that laughing thing that every time he called me out, he's like, you're laughing outside, but inside you're crying. That happens a lot. I feel bad about a lot of things. And you could say it's a form of guilt. But I know I'm healing as well. And that the guilt will wash away. And that a lot of these things that I've experienced are with great reason. For example, my webcam experiences, I believe I was meant to go through that to encourage others to try to avoid that path, or to just know what you're getting involved with when you're doing so. But to be frank with you, even if you told me back then, I don't think I would have listened. It would have made me want to defy you even more, just so I could learn the hard way. It's almost like I enjoy falling on my own sword. Perhaps that's my inner Viking. speaking of Viking, I've been heavily enjoying listening to music.